right now we have so many girl CEOs who want to make content. You're questioning the kind of content that you're putting out. Some people are really busy with their kids. They don't have time. I had a class last night. I have a program called like Ignite Your Brain where I work with entrepreneurs.
Oh, nice.
And one of the young ladies, she was in there and she just told me straight up, she's like, Ronnie, doing content is not my thing. She's like, I'm over 40 years old. I'm sick of it. I don't feel comfortable in front of a camera. I need to figure out a different way to be creative and put my content out there. And she's like, what do I do? She's like, who can I hire to get this done? I told her, I'm like, okay, we'll work with you. We'll help you. But I'm seeing more and more people just start to say like, it's exhausting for them. And I think that this could be a real creative way for them to get their time back. I tell people you can make videos just walking.
Right.
Walking down the street, right? You don't have to say anything. Or you can just make B-roll videos and put voice over top of it. And now that you have this, you don't even have to talk.
Right.
So another thing that a lot of creators deal with is like just not knowing what to say.
Yes.
So
yes.
if you use this,
you never have that problem anymore.
Yeah. If you use this, not only can it use your voice, but it can come up with some really cool, creative things for you to use. So I love this, John.
Yes.
I love this.
It's the Girl CEO Show. Run it up. Always on the grind. You already know what's up. Everything from dating and life in the business. Covering it all like a boss. Come and get this. It's the Girl CEO Show. Yeah.
Hey, Girl CEOs. This episode is being sponsored by Verizon Business. Hey everyone, welcome to the GirlCEO Show, the playground for ambitious women. I'm your host, Ronne Brown, and today I am so excited about this episode. Y'all know I love to come with the gems, and today I feel like we have a gem-filled session. You guys, AI is running rampant, okay? And I'm hearing everyone talk about AI. Some people are afraid. Some people are saying that they are understanding how to work with AI, but I'm not going to let my girl CEOs down because I'm going to make sure that we understand that there is life with AI. And we can either run from it or we can learn to work with it. So I'm making sure that today you all are learning how to work with AI. And I have my friend here with me, John Lawson. How you doing, John?
I'm super fantastic. I'm so excited.
John, you are the AI guru.
Ugh.
All things AI when it comes to e-commerce. And I was sitting here and I'm like, I got to bring John on to let my girl CEOs know how to use AI in their businesses because we got to make this money. And AI is not a bad thing when you know how to use it to your advantage.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to use it.
So before we get started, tell everybody a little bit about who you are because we need to know that we have, the man of the hour here with us. And they need to know who you are and the fact that if I call you in and say, John knows about AI, people need to know a little bit about your background. So let everybody know who you are.
Okay. Long story short, in about 3 weeks, probably when this episode is going live, it'll be 20 years since I left my job. So I left my job not because I had this dream of one day being a $1 million CEO kind of thing. I really left my job because I realized at some point the little side hustle that I was running, if I took the 8 hours, that I was spending on the plantation and took that time and put it back in to what I was doing, that it would probably grow. And so I took a chance on myself. And that's kind of how I got here. I started a eBay business back in the day, selling stuff online on eBay. And then we got to the point where we were, doing really well on the eBay thing. We were platinum power sellers.
Oh, wow.
And then Amazon decided that they wanted to start their third-party platform.
Okay.
And so who did they go to do beta testing? They found the top sellers on eBay. And so I was invited by Amazon to beta test their platform, which today is their third-party selling platform. So I've been there since the beginning. And somewhere around 2009-ish, actually around 2007, believe this or not, I mean, it's hard to believe, but I used to sell bandanas.
Okay.
Right?
I love
Yeah.
a good bandana.
You like a good bandana? So I used to sell bandanas because I was doing like urban accessories
Okay.
to the hip hop thing. And I used to get these emails because I'm doing it on eBay, and people kept asking me, how do I fold a bandana like Tupac? I'm like, everybody knows how to fold a bandana like Tupac if you live where I live,
Okay.
where we come from, right?
Right.
But I realized that we were selling to not just the East and the West Coast, we were selling on all the flyover states.
Okay.
Plus, it was worldwide. So we were getting people from all over the world asking us one dumb question. So I decided to make a video and put it on YouTube. Here's how to fold a bandana. And then every time I get the question, I would send the link to the video. And that really ended up working.
Okay.
So honestly, I believe we were one of the first videos to go viral as a product-based video. We had tens of thousands of orders come straight from a YouTube video. And that, as we're going through my story, right, is how people started saying, hey, how do I do more with social selling?
Okay.
And I became kind of like this social selling guy because I had this video. So I started getting a lot of speaking gigs and things like that. And of course, that leads to me being invited by IBM at the time, who were doing the Watson thing on their AI.
Wow.
And that was around 2015. And ever since then, I've been really fascinated with AI. So I've just got this tech background, and I'm a geek by nature, and that's why I am AI. I will correct one thing. I'm not a guru.
You're not a guru.
I'm not a guru. Matter of fact, I don't think there's any such thing.
Is an AI guru?
Right, because we just got here yesterday.
Yeah.
How you a guru?
You know what? I love that you say that, right? Because, we are so quick to coin ourselves as experts. And I'm like, you need at least 10 to 15 years.
Right.
Before you say you're an expert at something. And one of the things that, is really scaring people right now is the word AI. When you were initially introduced to AI, because I know I have so many entrepreneurs who watch this show, and the word AI can kind of make you feel like the first thing people are thinking when they hear AI is that I am going to be replaced. What do you say to people who are feeling like that when they hear the word AI?
I will tell them very succinctly, AI will not replace you. Somebody using AI might.
Okay.
Right? Because what AI actually does is, in my opinion, all this is going to be my opinion, right? But what AI does is it really kind of helps you like 10x, 100x, whatever you're doing. It's like an extension of, if you could make an extension of your brain where you can offload certain things and then instantly recall it or instantly process it and do it at scale. That's what AI actually is able to do for you. AI is artificial intelligence. That's what we're trying to produce here. Intelligence that's artificially produced, right? So what that's going to do is if you train an AI to do the things that you do, it's going to help you become sort of like, when I was a kid, they had the bionic man, the $6 million man. We've got $1 billion computers that are on our phone. And if we learn how to use that intelligence to expand our business, to grow our business, it's going to give us an advantage. And that's what it's all about. It's about that little bit of advantage that you can have over your competitors and your competition. That's what AI gives us.
I absolutely agree. And I think that it seems and it sounds so scary, right? So for people who are just getting started, right? They're small business owners, they're not that familiar with AI. The Girl CEOs want to know, what is a first step to incorporating AI into your business?
First things first. And I'm an analogy guy. Okay, so bear with me, please. So here's the thing. You got kids.
All right. Yeah.
Your kids ever play with Legos?
Absolutely.
Did you read the instructions before you gave it to them?
Never did.
I don't even know if they have them. Right?
Yeah.
So the deal is, if you show a child how to put one brick on another brick and make them connect, and then just leave the child alone, within 15, 20 minutes max, they're going to run to you and say, Mommy, look what I created.
Okay.
Right? Here's the new car. Here's a plane. Here's some steps. They'll give you something. That's what AI is. There's no instructions, honestly.
Okay.
What you need to do is play with it. Just test it and see what it could do for you, right? So that's the first thing. You can't break it. So play with it.
Play with it.
Yep.
All right, we're going to play around with it.
Okay, so you're going to play around with it. The next thing I think AI is really great at doing, it is really great at duplicating what you give it. So if you say, hey, I like this, can you make me more of that?
Okay.
Right?
So prompts.
Yeah, well, okay, we can talk about prompts in a minute.
Okay.
Because I really want to get into this. This is one of those things that gurus try to do that make people seem like it's like I'm doing it wrong. I just shared with you, there's no instruction book.
Yeah.
Just play with it. So then they come back with like, no, you need to build your Lego sets like that. No, you don't. Play with it. I think prompting is part of that. The deal is when it comes to when I said, I like this, can you make more of that for that kind of talk? Mm-hmm. That's the best kind of prompting. Okay. You want to talk to AI like you would talk to your virtual assistant.
Got it.
Okay.
So you're laying the foundation.
Yes.
So girl CEOs, you should be giving clear instructions to the AI as to what you like, how you like it, and giving it instructions in a way where you're like, I would like more of this, or yes, I would like it delivered this way.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so, and we're giving them examples. So let's say, who's somebody that you follow on social and you like their content and the way they put it together?
I like a lot of different. It depends on.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one. You like I really like Russell Brunson.
Okay.
Okay, the guy from ClickFunnels.
Okay.
I like the way he talks. I like the way he breaks things down. How he makes it very simple. Some of that content, right? So I might find some of his content that inspires me.
All right.
Right? And you'll read something that somebody has done, it inspires you, and you're like, man, I'd love to put my take on that. Okay. And then you go and you might shoot a video that's on a topic that you heard from one of your favorite people on social or a business leader or something like that, right? What was that process? The process was you got inspired, you put your own spin on it, and then you made your own talk on that same kind of thing. However, you used some of the framework. Like I said, I like Russell. I might like the way he framed that. I never thought about framing something so simple that way, right? Well, you could take that same concept and put it into ChatGPT and say, hey, I like the way this sounds. I like the way this is structured. What is that structure? And it will break down and tell you, here's the hook. Here's the hook.
It's the challenge, and then it's the change,
body,
and then it's the outcome. Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So you said hook, challenge, change, outcome.
Yeah.
Right? Just the way you put that together in your brain, ChatGPT would do the exact same thing, maybe even deeper. So it would say, here's the hook, here's the challenge, here's the change, here's the close, here's how you take action on it. Right? And then you're like, wow, that's great framework. Now do that on, how to sell a baseball. And it would take that same framework, but it would give it to you in a very unique and tailored way. And then you would be like, well, that doesn't sound like me. I would never open up with, in a world where baseball is, I would never say that. So my quote prompt would be, hey, ChatGPT, that sounds so corny. Let's do something that's more, like me. I'd probably say, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
And then put that in.
It's so funny. I was training my daughter on using ChatGPT the other day. And I'm like, well, when you write this out, I want you to make it sound like me. And then we were like, well, who sounds like me? So then we were like, okay, say this in Cardi B's voice. And then and it was so hilarious.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
Because it was like, okay, girls. And it was just hilarious. Hey, Girl CEOs, this episode is brought to you by Holistic, your #1 beauty and wellness brand for women who prioritize self-care, want it all, and prefer it delivered. Shop now at www.shopholistic.com. And if this is your first purchase, use code SELFCARE to get 15% off. I love the fact that you said give the outline, but I also love the fact that you said, okay, then after it gives you the outline, it may not sound like you. So you need to say, hey, sound like this, say it in this voice.
Right.
And it will give you the same outline, but in a way that sounds more like you.
Exactly.
So this goes back to what you were saying as far as like creating the foundation. And you kind of led me to my next question, which is what platforms do you suggest incorporating as a business owner as far as AI? Because right now, every week, I see people on social media and I'm like, okay, every week there's a new app.
Yep.
Every week there's new AI, right? And I'm very realistic when it comes to entrepreneurship and running a business. Can we just be honest? You sign up for all these programs and then you look up and you are at $500 to $1,000 in subscriptions because it looks like you can just sit there and it's moving your mouth and it's not you, and then that saves you time. And then there's another app that makes it look like you're moving, and then there's another app that does this and that. What are maybe your top 3 AI apps that you feel like all the girl CEOs should be using, or you would suggest them look into for AI in their businesses?
Yeah, absolutely. And you bring up a great point. I mean, it seems like every day there's probably 50 to 100 new, maybe even 1,000 new quote AI apps.
Absolutely.
Right?
I follow my girl, Nikki. Shout out to my girl, Nikki. Nikki is always providing like social media AI, but I'm like, Nikki, what's this app today? Nikki keeps you updated on the new AI technology, but I'm like, what are our top 3? What would you suggest, John?
Yeah, I mean, my top 3 would be Claude,
okay,
which is by Anthropic, who are the people that created Claude.
Okay.
Used to be in the OpenAI team, which are the people that created ChatGPT. They broke off and created their own AI app. Okay. It's not even an app; it's an LLM.
Why do you like that one?
It right now it is the most intelligent.
Wow. Over ChatGPT.
Over ChatGPT.
Really?
Yeah, and they have these tests that they run, just like we run intelligence tests on people to see how intelligent. They run tests on these AIs to see which one is giving you the best mathematics, which one gives you the best reasoning, that kind of thing. And right now, Claude 3.5 is the number one. Of course, by the time this comes, and gets through editing, there might be another one, because that's where we are right now. Between Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT, those are the main 3, what we call frontier models. Okay. Frontier models are the billion, $100 billion models. So everything that comes out, realistically, most of those are just wrappers that wrap around the technology that's out there.
Got it.
Right? So it's like, yes, there are writers that you could use, for AI writers. There's like the Jaspers of the world. I don't know if you've heard of that, but there's a lot, Write Sonic and all these all use as the base of it, the LLM major models. Feel me? So they just wrap their technology around that technology, and they put a nice interface on it so that you can use it. It makes it a little bit easier. But if you actually learn the underlying, model, then you get the same results without all of the, funny bells and whistles. So, so here's the deal. You asked me 3. I would say number 1 right now would be, of course, Claude, because I said that. Number 2 would be ChatGPT. There's a time when ChatGPT works better for certain things and Claude works better for other things. Now, somebody else might throw Gemini in there. I just don't use Gemini that much.
Tell me about that, because I'm not familiar with Gemini.
Oh, okay. See, that's the thing. It doesn't. So Gemini is the one that Google created.
Okay.
And Google's actually the innovator of transformative AI, which we use today to make all these other models. But it's just not as well known.
Okay.
So you get that free pretty much when you use, Google and their AI. That's their AI model, which is Gemini. So that's the 3 frontier models, and 2 of them I choose, right? Then on top of that, there's this one called Perplexity. Have you heard that?
Never heard of it.
Oh, well, then I'm going to change your life with this one. So Perplexity basically is if Google and ChatGPT had a baby, right? So it gives
That's a pretty smart baby.
It is a pretty smart baby, right? And what it does is it gives you reference to where it gets its information from.
I like that.
Right?
So I love a fact check.
Yes,
I love a fact check.
This is where I go to fact check, right? So Perplexity is really great. It gives you, the facts, and then it writes it in a LLM kind of way. So it's unique every time it writes the content that it researched. So I really like that. So I use that for research. Then I use the other 2 with ChatGPT or, Claude to make my content. And then, if you want to do something with the, cloning stuff, you can do, and I do that on purpose, guys, because here's my thing with cloning right now. It's a little spooky.
It is.
Right?
It's a little spooky, and I think it's a spooky side to it, but it's also some time saving.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Everyone is just talking about not having time to shoot videos every day. I don't know if I'm going to be the person that has the robot that just sits there and my mouth is moving and it's not really me. I feel like it'll get a little boring. I don't know. I like to move around in my videos. I need it to be a little more advanced, right?
Right, exactly.
But I'm just not a sit still and just do a video kind of girl, right? But I hear that it's working for some people, and for some people, they're like, no, not my style.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think if you lean into it and then you let people know this is not really me, then it's like, let's have fun with the fake me. That's going to be that'll work, But if you're trying to pass it off as this is really me, people are going to see through that, and then you're going to lose your authenticity that you've built, right? So that part is a little bit flake for me.
There. It still has some growing to do. I feel like sometimes we want to rush things. I feel like let's give it some time to fully develop.
Yeah, it's half baked.
Yeah.
However, if I make a cartoon version of me,
then we can run it.
Now you're leaning into it.
Okay.
See, instead of trying to put it off and pass it off as it's really you, you've made a cartoon image of you. And now that will speak sometimes for you on your behalf when you put it out. So I like, HeyGen for that.
Okay.
Or D-ID.
So I have heard of HeyGen.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that from Nikki, so I looked into that.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that one.
So those 2 are frontier modeling for that kind of stuff. And then I like 11 Labs for just voice.
Tell me about that.
Really?
Never used it.
Really? So 11 Labs, it does voice imitation. Okay? So you literally read a short script, and then after that, it can make audio that sounds darn near like 98% you, right? So now you could actually type up a script, put it in there, it come out as your voice, and then you could use that as a I like to say headless video, but it's a faceless video.
Or a voiceover.
A voiceover, perfect for that, things like that. So those are my tools that I'll play in all day long.
Yeah, outside of using the voice AI for maybe a voiceover or, a headless script, what other ways are you seeing people use that?
The voice?
Yeah.
They're making podcasts, daily updates. Things so that people like, hey, in the morning, I do this. It's like in the morning, I'll give you here's 5 things you should listen to or check out that I'm reading. And I'll just put that in that, and it'll make the script for it, and then it'll just put it back out, and I share that on my socials.
Yeah, so where is the voice? Is it being shared on like X?
Anywhere you want.
Wherever you want it.
Yeah. I mean, it comes out as an MP3 file.
Got it.
And then you can just upload it and do all kinds of things with it.
Okay,
you know?
I see.
So you can make a nice slide deck over top of that where it's doing the voiceover for the slide deck. There's a lot of good uses for that. And I don't think it gets into that uncanny valley, which is where we feel like we're hearing a strange voice that's not real.
Yeah, and Girl CEOs, this is really good for people who are struggling with content creation.
Yes.
Right now, we have so many Girl CEOs who want to make content. You're questioning the kind of content that you're putting out. Some people are really busy with their kids. They don't have time to create content. Some people are just like, I'm not creative. Like, this is not my thing. I don't want to do this. I had a class last night. I have a program called like Ignite Your Brain where I work with entrepreneurs.
Oh, nice.
And one of the young ladies, she was in there and she just told me straight up, she's like, Ronnie, doing content is not my thing. She's like, I'm over 40 years old. I'm sick of it. I don't feel comfortable in front of a camera. I need to figure out a different way to be creative and put my content out there. And she's like, what do I do? She's like, who can I hire to get this done? I told her, I'm like, okay, we'll work with you. We'll help you. But I'm seeing more and more people just start to say like, it's exhausting for them. And I think that this could be a real creative way for them to get their time back. I tell people you can make videos just walking,
Right.
walking down the street, right? You don't have to say anything. Or you can just make B-roll videos and put voice over top of it. And now that you have this, you don't even have to talk.
Right.
So another thing that a lot of creators deal with is like just not knowing what to say.
Yes.
So if you use this,
you never have that problem anymore.
Yeah. If you use this, not only can it use your voice, but it can come up with some really cool, creative things for you to use. So I love this, John.
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah. This is what it's all about, in my opinion. It's going to take a lot of that content creation, need off of your table. You'll turn from the talent to the director.
I love it. I love it. Now, most of my girl CEOs who watch this show, they are content creators, they're stay-at-home moms, they're e-commerce brands, they're coaches, they're consultants. I want to get into a little more sales because I know you're really familiar with e-commerce. That's where you started. What are some ways that people can incorporate AI into their businesses that are doing sales, who are in like e-com?
Yeah. I mean, the biggest problem I used to have, was I was really good at finding stuff. Okay. So I would go out I would go out and source at shows and things and find great product. But then once you get the product,
you got to sell it.
You got to sell it. But even before I even sell it and market, I got to write the content for it.
Yeah.
I got to describe what it is. Here's the size of it. It used to drive me crazy.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting, right?
And then the pictures.
So all of that whole process used to slow me down so much. But now I can literally take a, little photo of a product, upload that to ChatGPT, and have it write the product description for me.
Okay, so let's start there.
Yes.
Let's start there. Girl CEOs, I hope you are listening to this because it is exhausting. And here's one of the things that I learned through e-com. You may or may not know, but I also have a beauty brand called Holistic. And I remember before I had this brand, I had, other businesses in the past. So I've sold things in the past, but you start to add more and more and more and more things to your inventory, right? But as you grow and evolve as an entrepreneur and a business owner, you realize that less is best, right? If you have 1 to 3 good products that people love, enjoy, and buy consistently, you're on to something.
Yes.
Right? And if you got 10, 20 different products, man, you're going to really have a hard time. So one of the things that I hated, which is the same thing that you hated, was writing the description for the products, getting good photos of the products, putting all that stuff in the system. And now you're telling me that
A lot of that.
ChatGPT can
A
do
lot
it.
of that can be done in chat, right? And then after that, like you said, the marketing of it. So it's like, okay, now I got a good product description. Now I need SEO, right? So I need to have my product descriptions in a format that would be really attractive for Google,
Mhm.
so it would rank it, which is search engine optimization, SEO. ChatGPT does SEO so well. Now,
Really?
yeah, but let me qualify.
I did not know that.
I know. I don't want all the SEO people to be like, I can see them. They're pointing at the screen right now. But in all honesty, a lot of the small things that we need to handle in the SEO, ChatGPT can actually do that for us. Just the small things.
ChatGPT is writing that SEO.
Yes, it's optimizing your page. It can optimize your listing. It can optimize your call to actions. All of those things, you can literally take a picture of your page and upload it to ChatGPT and say, how can I make this a better page for SEO? And it will give you a response. And then you take action on that.
It can write the SEO for you.
Right. It'll give you instructions on how to make your page better so that because you think about it, this is a computer telling you how to be more attractive to another computer.
Yeah.
It's like,
so when you say like take your page, are you
Yes.
referring to like your website, or
yes,
what about like social media? Are you able to kind of like take a screenshot of like maybe your Instagram page and say like, how could I make this better?
yes, try it.
Okay. All
You
right,
know,
girls.
that's the thing.
Y'all got some homework.
Yes, literally, if you think about it, like your Instagram page with all the squares, take a picture of that and say, how could I make this more engaging?
All right. I love that.
And just see what the response is. Never done this. I don't even know if it'll give you a good idea, but more than likely it will.
Okay, so AI is taking you everywhere. I was kind of doing some research on you, and I saw that AI kind of landed you a partnership with Verizon Business.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So Verizon has a platform called the Small Business Digital Ready Platform, which is made for small business owners. It's got more than 350,000 business owners have signed up there, and it's got like free courses for these small business owners. And they're not long courses, right? That's one of the big things that happen a lot of times where we're busy. We don't have a lot of time to take a 2-hour course sometimes. So they've got like 15, 20-minute like deep dives on different topics. And they've got over 50 of those available for small business owners. And it's a great platform. It's absolutely free.
I was going to ask, is it free?
Yes, right.
Because,
right.
we hear people talking about something, I'm like, is it free?
No, this one's free, man. And, Verizon's on a tear trying to impact more than 1 million small businesses in the next, 5-7 years. But by 2030, they want to impact more than 1 million businesses.
Okay, are they giving away some money?
Yeah, but how did you know about that money?
I'm doing some research.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna read this because I really want to make sure I get it out the right way. Because here's the scoop: there's a $10,000 grant.
My GirlCEOs need that grant.
Really? They need that?
They need that grant.
Okay, so
Girl
here's
CEOs,
what
go
you
get
need
this
to
grant.
do. It's launching on September 30th. All right, and the application deadline is between September 30th and December 13th. But do not wait. Don't be, long and late. The thing you have to do, just 3 little things. You have to register on the platform. That's
Okay.
one. Then once you get there, you need to complete at least 2 courses. All right. And then once you do that, you can apply to be in the contest to win $10,000.
All right. So let me go through the steps.
Yep.
Because one of my girl CEOs who are watching this, they need to get that $10,000.
Exactly.
All right. So they're giving away free education, and people can go there and they can watch these classes, and they are absolutely free.
Yes.
All right. If they're not free, I'm coming to get you. John.
Okay. Well, that's okay because I'm going to hide my ass.
All right. So they can get the free stuff, the free information, the free courses. They can go watch that. But then there is a $10,000 grant that you said that Verizon Business is offering.
Yes.
Okay. And the way that they register to actually be approved to receive this grant.
To qualify.
Because
everybody's not getting the grant.
Everyone's not getting the grant. Okay, so they have to qualify for it, and they have to go on the Verizon Business website.
Yes.
Okay, and then they have to watch 2 courses. It doesn't matter which 2 courses they watch?
No.
Okay.
Any 2 courses.
So they watch the 2 courses, and then after they complete them, they have to complete them, then they can apply.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
And when does this kick off again?
September 30th.
Okay. Got it.
Through December 13th.
Yeah. What are some of the things that you've seen them do for small businesses since you've been a part of the team?
Yeah, they do live, in-person things. So I just left one of those in Atlanta. So look for those kind of pop-ups in your area for the small business.
Okay.
And those are fantastic ways to meet and greet and learn. Then they've got, of course, online. They've got the courses that we've talked about, but they've also got live meet and greet sessions online as well.
So you said that this kicks off, the $10,000 grant kicks off when? Because I want to make sure
September
my girl
30th.
CEOs don't miss it. September the 30th.
Yep.
Is there a deadline that they have to apply?
Get your stuff in by December 13th.
Okay.
And don't be late.
December 13th.
And don't wait to the last minute.
Don't be late. I don't think we should wait until December the 13th. Y'all have until December the 13th, but I don't want you all to miss it.
Yes. Yeah. Get in there.
I love it. And I'm also noticing that there are like thousands of small business owners who are like a part of this Verizon small business movement that they have going on. I'm hearing that there are like 350,000 small business owners. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And they came out of this, from the pandemic and how the pandemic affected a lot of small businesses. And that's when Verizon decided to make this available to that community. And it's really had a big impact. And like I said, too, between now and 2030, their goal and their mission is to touch more than 1 million businesses.
Yeah. And what are the workshops around?
Oh, man, there's all kind of things on marketing, on sales, on technology, all the things that you need to get your small businesses up and running. It's the foundational stuff that we don't get enough of. There's just not, if you think about it, that's why you do what you do.
Yeah.
You, like you've said before, that you learned the hard way.
Yeah.
That trying to be a girl CEO is, and especially a Black girl CEO, the resources are.
I don't want to learn the hard way anymore.
Yeah, right.
Learning the hard way costs me a lot of money.
Right.
And I just feel like we need more resources for small businesses, especially, for women, Black women, and the resources and the tools. So I'm so excited to see this, seeing that these workshops have, impact over 350,000 small business owners is insane to me.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. And so we got Verizon Small Business Digital Ready, which is in partnership with Next Street and LISC, which stands for Local Initiative Support Corporation, LISC. It's an online business resource that is designed to give under-resourced small businesses the tools that they need to help grow and support their small business.
Yeah, I love when we have like corporate partners who are really taking the initiative to go out and help small business owners. So kudos to them.
Yeah, man. I think it's really interesting that they and the fact that they're working together to help support us.
Yeah, and then bringing in, just amazing people, like everyday entrepreneurs who have the 10, 15, 20-year experience. It just makes all of the difference. So I love that. I love that, John. And I am opening up more to AI right now. I'm learning.
Are you now that we've talked?
Yeah, I
Are
am.
you? Come on.
I'm looking at it differently. When I first started to hear about AI, I was kind of thinking like, man, jobs are about to be gone, right? Because the way it was kind of being explained to me was just like, it's taking over people's jobs. Like, and that's just what it is. And you better be prepared. And either you learn how to use it or you're going to be left out. And now I'm realizing that I can use this to make my life easier. And that's just kind of how I want my, girl CEOs to really look at this versus being, fearful.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I mean, we just naturally, we fear things that we don't understand at
Mhm.
first. And, I'm old enough. I'm kind of like old. So I remember when that was the
John, you
internet.
are not that old. Go
Shoot.
ahead.
But I remember when that was the internet.
Yeah.
And all small businesses were scared to do any business on the internet. And here we are 20 years later, and you can't even have a business if you don't have an internet presence. Or how they felt about social media on its uprise,
Yeah.
right? Or when when the phone came, and we're not going to do any business on the phone. Just imagine, where you would be without these things as a small business. And AI is going to be even bigger in terms of its impact than all of those things I've just mentioned.
I love it. Well, I want to play a little game.
Okay, I
All
like
right.
games.
I want to have.
Do I have prizes?
Okay. Yeah, maybe I may have something for you. Okay, but I want to play a little game. I want to throw out maybe 2 to 3 different business models.
Okay.
And I just wanted you to give me maybe one way that business model can use AI to help their business.
This will be fun.
I think this would be really cool.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Okay, go.
Okay. I'm a coach or a consultant. How can I use AI to increase my income or grow my business?
Absolutely. That's a good one. Okay. And I've talked about tools, but, and said there's a lot of tools. There's this one tool. So I like Zoom. And inside of Zoom, if you pay a little bit extra every month, they give you the AI access.
Okay.
And the AI takes notes for you.
All right. I love
So
that.
as a coach, usually you have these coaching calls with your clients. It'll do the note taking.
Okay.
And then it'll take the notes, summarize it, and break it out into action items, things you talked about, and next steps.
Okay. Love that.
Right? And literally, you take that, email that to your client, and now you don't have to take all the time that you used to take to put together notes.
Yeah, to give them the follow-up, the deliverables.
Yep.
Yeah, the homework. Okay, I love that. All right, so I sell beauty products.
Okay.
Outside of description writing,
Okay.
what is one AI tool that can help me grow my business?
Okay, so I think it would be I don't know if it's an actual tool out there. Okay, but I would use Perplexity because it does the research on the web to find small influencers, right? So these are up and coming influencers, not the big influencers like, the Ronnies of the world, right? You gotta level up to get to those kind of people.
Yeah.
Right. So you find these small influencers that got, like 8 to 10,000 followers.
Micro influencers.
Exactly. Have it do the research on that, and then have ChatGPT write an outreach and make the outreach unique to each one of those based on their social profiles.
Okay. I like this. I'm a videographer. How do I use AI in my business?
Okay. So videography, you're going to take all the video, right?
Yeah.
A great upsell would be like, hey, I will add all the captions and do the short form video from your long form video. You could use a tool like something called Opus Pro. Right?
Okay.
OPUS.
All right. Write this down.
Right? Or CapCut.
Okay.
Right? And you can add those things to it. Literally, you upload it, it will spit back out like 20 small clips with the overlays so that you could offer that as an upsell for your long formatted video.
I love that. All right, John. Come on.
Hey, man, that's one thing about me. I'm a money guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out how to make some money.
How to make some money.
Yes.
All right, we also have this part of my show that I actually love. And it's like one of the craziest things you saw on social media this week that was an attention grabber, something that you saw that was funny, hilarious. What was that?
This is political week. I'm trying to find something not political.
Not political.
Right?
Not political.
Right, exactly. It's political season, right?
It could be funny.
But
it could be heart-wrenching.
Heart-wrenching?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do heart-wrenching. Man, and then I got to keep it clean. So all of those parts, it's making it hard.
We can have a little bit of fun.
Okay, a little bit of fun on the so anyway, this is the stupidest thing I've seen.
Okay.
Right? Somebody took like 11 labs,
Okay.
right? So they made a voiceover,
All right.
and it was Arnold Schwarzenegger
Okay.
doing Crossroads from Bone Thugs and Harmony. And it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but he's
Send me the video. So
right,
we
exactly.
it.
I have to send that to you because
Okay.
as soon as you hear it, you'll be like, "Oh my God, it's too funny." So that's the funniest thing I
So
heard.
this is where AI goes wrong.
Yes. These are the places where AI goes wrong.
I love it. Well, let me just say this. Thank you so much for joining us today on the GirlCEO show, John. How can people connect with you and find you?
MakeWithJohn.com.
MakeWithJohn.com.
Right.
All right. Love it. And what about your Instagram?
My Instagram is Colder Ice.
Colder
COLDERICE.
You're just a rebel, John. At this point.
You know what? It's not even that.
You give me rule breaker energy, and I love it.
You know what? I'm like you. I just want to be me.
That's it. And that's what it's about.
Yeah. And so when I wanted to be me and find John Lawson, there's so many John Lawsons on there. And then I remembered the story of Colder Ice, right? Which is simply, the white man's ice is colder back when, there was segregation, right? So the deal was that the ice makers, because this is before refrigeration, right? That the ice makers would have to deliver ice, and they would deliver the ice to the black neighborhoods after they got through with the white neighborhoods. So the white man's ice was, quote, colder because you would get a little bit less because yours was a little more melted.
Wow.
So, and I remember that story, and when I looked it up, it was available, and now I'm literally Colder Ice on all the social platforms.
Colder Ice.
Yes.
I love it. Let me just say one of the things that I feel like marketing changes, AI changes, platforms change, but there's one thing I think will never change, and I think that is people winning when they remain authentic. And I believe that as long as I stay true to me, you stay true to you. You show up as who you are in real life, okay? You don't tone switch, you be who you are, right? That you will always win. And I think there are so many people out there who are hiding their authenticity. And the minute they let it out, baby.
Yes.
That's when you just gonna hit the slot machine.
Absolutely.
And the money's just gonna start rolling in. And the opportunities are gonna start coming your way. The doors are gonna start opening. You're gonna realize that people want you to be, let me look at you. People want you to be you. The moment you decide to be your authentic self and you show up as who you are gonna see the doors open. You're gonna feel the opportunities coming your way. But most importantly, you're gonna feel free. You won't be out here asking people who you have to be, what you should talk about, how you should sound, how you should show up, because you just show up as you. And when you do that, you are going to win every time because nobody can do it the way you do it.
Exactly. It's like your thumbprint. It's unique to you.
It's unique to you.
Got to do it. I love that. That's so inspirational.
New Instagram handle, the thumbprint.
Yes. Love it.
All right. Thank you, John. Anything you want to say?
No,
to our
I
viewers?
just, you know what? It's an honor to be able to talk to this audience. I find in my coaching and consulting that girl CEOs are the most dedicated, the most authentic, and they're ready to make a way for themselves without apologizing to anybody. And it's become so inspirational to me, and it's just been an honor to sit here and talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you soon on the next episode of the GirlCEO show. Bye, guys.
It's the GirlCEO show. Run it up. Always on the grind, you already know what's up. Everything from dating to life in the business. Covering it all like a boss, come and get this. It's the GirlCEO show. Yeah.